Hello my friends, I'm Dots, and today I'm a happy man because I've got something really good. Now I love Transformers Devastation. I've played the game before, and I've also reviewed, believe it or not, if you've seen it, the Optimus Prime from the game. It's okay, his Matrix of Leadership is not painted, which is disappointing, but these are kind of exciting because Hasbro Pulse is, Hasbro's website. This is an exclusive on there. You can only get it if you have an account. I do not. So you're wondering, how did I get it? Some people might say, oh, you got it from eBay. Have you seen the prices? Fuck no. Scalpers can suck my dick. I got this from Smith's Toys Superstore. It was pretty much the exact same price as it was on Hasbro Pulse, but I didn't have to make an entirely new account to get the fucker. Finding these guys in game, well, this one's just generic, this one's a little bit better. I still like fighting them. It would be good if I actually had the fucking things on full view. This guy is a generic fighting, just generic scum, mob you beat the shit out of and you don't give him a second glance. This guy's a little bit more exciting, mainly because he's flying around, you have to shoot him down. This is known as a Conehead. It uses the basic Seeker design, same with Starscream, Thundercracker, Skyup, all the other flying pricks. This guy has a Conehead. Need I say more? The back of the box shows their in-game versions. I really love this opening scene because this is legitimately the first time you see your enemies. Not too step heavy, 25 and 16 respectively, but still, this is a generic box. And for every generic box, we can say, you're generic as hell, basic bitch. And then cutting him out, gutting him like a fish, it should be relatively straightforward. There's a long thing. Get your mind out the gutter. Hey, the legal shit's tiny again. Get out. And this box can go to hell. Here we have the dead guys. Now I'm wondering, is this two separate instructions or one massive one? Okay, so it's double-sided. One side has Grand Soldier, the other side has the Seeker. Interesting, it saves paper. Could have used some of the paper ties instead of the plastic ones, but these shouldn't be too hard to get out and transform. So for the small little paper thing, that's probably going to have the guns and stuff coming out. Cut it out and we'll do this in a second. Oh, and prerequisite, this legal shit, don't need. I'm probably going to get in trouble at some point for doing this, but until that time arises, I don't care. Okay, so kind of map should be relatively straightforward because it seems like they only have 3 things holding them down each. Grand Soldier has one on each arm, and then one on the legs. And then Conehead just has it on his legs and around his waist. Come on. Come on. Thank you. And now with them out, they look really nice. Now if I compare them to Optimus Prime, he's somewhere in the middle of the two. And yeah, he does look really good with them. Like, they all look great. Now, we have to do real quick is we have to open up the paper. And get out that crap. Come back. Ooh, we get a lot. So we get... See, these swords really remind me of Optimus Primal. And then you've got generic sword. And then, of course, the null rays. So to give the guy a sword, it just plugs into his hand. He looks... It works decently well with him. For the Seeker, the null rays, it's sacrilege. But you can give him and put them in his hands. They still look nice, but I'll take these out before I get, shot. These will always go into these sides of the shoulders. There's a small little peg there. that these go into. It looks really good. Now, if you want to store him with a sword somewhere, no idea where they go. I'm just being honest. It's not the exact same mold for the sword, so it's the pegs on either side. And then, of course, with them like this, you can just have Prime come in, and beat them up. And then going into the articulation, arm can move out that far, can bend, spin around 360, elbow can do all that stuff. You can obviously see this ground soldier does not have any wrist. I think, yes he does, yeah, he does have, hip swivel. Head can look down. You can look down a lot. You cannot look up. Can his head even move around? I do not think his head can move. No, it can. It was just incredibly stuck. So it can, move around. All around. Kicks up that far. Cannot move back anything because of this massive janky backpack. He can bend. He does have a okay pivot, but nothing too incredible. Okay, the spread is incredible, and I'm pretty sure the exact same things are gonna, apply to the ground soldier. So we'll get that out of the way. I do not. No, he does not. I cannot see a waist. No, does not have anything at the waist. He does have this crotch part that moves out. Leg can kick up. That is kind of limited. Bend at the old knee, but might have to hold the leg when you bend. And it bends pretty well. And he does have, I think, come on, decently okay pivot. Nothing too incredible. Arm can, rotate 360, moves out that far, bends, elbow rotation. Yeah, his hand is just monopose. He can flip it up. Kind of, but I don't really think you'd count that as something too well. The head can look up and not really too much down. And as a cone head, he's really easy to lose your grip on. But both look really well, both look really good, and they work decently well for their posability. And because the Seeker has more steps, I think it's best we start with him first. So in the instructions we have to flip, hopefully not break it, flip out the kind of back wing things. And we have to extend, or pull the arms out like this, I think. Okay, so this is where you have to grab the forearm, pull it up, and then I think you have to bend it so it looks... What enough? This is always going to be the thing with first time transformations. It's never going to look right. Bend it up like this and bend the arm or the hand up to meet it. Okay, so then we have to push the entire arm in until it's like that, and then we can close this up, which is a bit weird, but I mean that's the instructions. Then you have to move the arms down like they are neutral. Just get the head relatively straight, and then the entire cockpit apparently goes over his head and tabs in. So then I think it's saying the front kind of like intake things here should come off. I mean, it should come down, but apparently this side doesn't bloody want to. Come on. You're supposed to flip down, you bell end. Untab and let go. Please. Oh, for Christ's sake. It's always annoying when things don't seem to go how you want them to. So a good way to do it is just flex these arms out a little bit, and that gives you just enough clearance to pull this entire section down. Then it wants me to grab the entire cockpit up and then spin it around and flip it down so it connects in a small tab there. And then, apparently, the arms should fold up. Kind of come together like this. And then this entire section flips back up. I can already tell this chest is going to be a bitch to do in multiple transformations. Then the legs just tab together. You want to break his kneecaps and fold them down. Like so. And then, for some reason, you have to kind of wiggle it until it's collapsed. And this should, if you've lined it up, connect all together on the back. And these tabs, either they tab in or they just fold up like this. I'm not too sure. Can't really see anywhere they tab into, so probably just left like that. Then the feet should fold up like that, so you've got the back thrusters. So you just have to make sure that these back fins are relatively flat, and then when it comes to this, you have to fold these up, flatten them down. If this will bloody go. Blast! Oh my god, what the fuck? This should flatten. Someone, once it's like this, just have to make sure it all flattens and relatively pegs together. It is a bit finicky, but once you do it, it should look like this. And this is a really nice looking jet mode. The only way you can improve it is by getting the null rays and putting it on the underside. So you can put it underneath the wings here. I think this part actually comes out as well. Nope. No, it looked like landing gear, but that's the thing that connects the head to the back. But this is a really nice looking jet. Obviously it's a bit gapped on the sides. These parts don't really tab in, so I mean, that just looks weird, but yeah, they're going to really move that to around. Obviously, there's a massive hole that... my god. Hole there. But it looks nice. It is a genuinely nice jet mode. And I really like it. And then moving on to the ground soldier, what we have to do is you have to rotate the entire leg section back and line the feet up and plug them in. Then, just like we did with the Seeker, we have to kind of bend the legs. I think. Am I doing this right? Yeah, so you have to tab it in, and then this all should, if this gets out of the way, tab in, and then we should flatten out the back or the front of the car. Then when it comes to the head, we have to kind of pull this entire section out, hide the head down, and then push it back in. Then when it comes to the underside, we have to flip the hands in, rotate them around, I think, until they're on this position. Then we have to lift up the entire back section, and then accordion these into the back. And I believe if we position it right, the doors should tab in. Then we extend this entire back, click it in, I think fold out the wheels as well. Yeah, fold out the wheels. And this all should tab together. Now, at least for me, this windshield is annoying because it keeps coming off and it doesn't want to tab in. I fucking hate tabs like this. Why can't they just have, you know, something better to make this, you know, a much more stable connection? It's annoying because whenever I push down this, you can see there's a gap that when I push down, doesn't want to go. It's annoying, so please, for the love of God, if anyone who works for Hasbro is listening to this, fucking do something better than this connection bullshit. Or at least add more to make it a more stable thing. But it looks good. It looks good. The sword can fit on top, which looks a bit dumb. It's like Blitzwing trying to, hold a gun when he's got massive hands. Doesn't work. But this looks great. It looks fantastic next to his Decepticon cousin. And it looks great with Prime. I just don't know why they insist on doing things like this that never work. They never work. It's like, sure, it might work in a prototype, but it never works perfectly in production models. It just ruins a figure. But it still looks great. Both of these look amazing. For the price, not worth it. For a collector, definitely worth it because these look good. If you're just going to leave them like this, yeah, they do the job. They look fucking amazing. What I definitely do is give the sword to the Seeker. Because it's got a hole in the back that can store the sword perfectly. Same with his other two swords. And like that, the only thing you can see is the ground soldier sword. Besides that, it's pretty much hidden. And that's what I love about Transformers, because they can hide things so... they can hide things so obvious, but you turn it into a way where it's almost blended in. Obviously this is a fake chest. You can't avoid that. But how does he roll? Relatively smoothly. Relatively smoothly. Pretty decent. Similar to Prime. He rolls really well. This guy's a little bit back heavy. There's no real way to keep him up. I do need to get a fight stand for him, because this looks genuinely good. I'm surprised they can make such a nice Seeker design without it being Starscream. Starscream's nice, but give some love to the other Seekers as well. Even the Coneheads. There's something I really want to do. Can I? Yep. And yes, he can half transform and look like an idiot, just like Optimus. Seriously, I don't know why anyone would do this, but I just love it. It's so stupidly fun. And I think Ground Soldier wants to get in this action too. Well, now he just looks like a fucked up refrigerator. But it works. The three idiots all together at once. The fuck am I doing in my life?